Oostvleteren. Yes, got it right. Oostvleteren, not Westvleteren. Hi guys, I'm Dean and this is another edition of The Inebriologist. So this week I've picked another Belgian beer, which is not far from Oostvleteren in West Flanders. And it is the Rio Reserva by Struise Brouwers. And it's coming in at 10.5% ABV. Yeah, so I've been looking forward to trying this. I got this beer back last summer, I think it was. So summer of 2017. I went to the Struise Brewery and I saw that there was a few of these bottles there. I've never tried them before, so amongst other things that I bought there, a couple of other bottles, I thought I'd have a try this because, yeah, never tried it before. And it was reasonably priced as well. I think I bought it for, I think it's about €3.50 or something, or €3, which is fantastic for a barrel-aged beer in Belgium. It's just unbelievable. You know, for a bottle of this in the UK, it would set you back about £6-7. But yeah, from my favourite brewery, as I said, it's the Struise Brewers. The Struise Brewery as well is a very small, secluded brewery. It's quite hard to find. The front facing part of the brewery it's actually behind another building. It used to be an old school, I think it was. The front of it is like knocked out windows and the door is like missing and everything. And then when you go through there, you've got barrels on each side as you walk through the pathway to get to where the main brewery is in the back. Not a lot of people know that it's there actually. They've got about 20 something different beers to try, which is unbelievable. And so I tried a few of them and I tell you what, they're very high octane beers. You know, I think the average percentage of the beer there was about 13%. I think the strongest beer I tried there was about 17%, and it was incredibly sweet. I remember it being very potent, incredibly sweet. It was a very nice to drink, but you couldn't drink a lot of it. Well, I couldn't drink more than a few mouthfuls of it, you know. It was so rich and incredibly sweet. But anyway, I digress. Been looking forward to trying this beer. I think this beer has sort of been matured in a couple of different barrels, I think. Yeah, so on the side of the bottle it says, first maturation took place in our tanks, second in St. Emilion wine barrels, and the third stage took place in bourbon barrels from Kentucky. There we are, this beer is actually 6 years old. Usually it gives the date on the top of the bottle there of when you need to drink it by, or when it was first bottled. It doesn't say, it's not very clear, as I said on the top there, but it does have vintage 2012 double barrel aged Rio Reserva. It also says vintage 2012 Rio Reserva barrel aged, or double barrel aged I should say. Yeah, so I'm going to be drinking a beer which is 6 years old. The glassware I'll be using today will be, it's the first time I'm actually using this glass, which is the actual Struise Teku glass. First time I'm actually using this glass for a Struise product. Yeah, which is good. Finally get to use it properly. Yeah, looking forward to this. So this is going to be a 6-year-old beer. It's been barrel aged twice, and well, yeah, let's just see what it is. By the looks of it, from the glass, from the bottle anyway, it's not a dark beer. You can see through that. Yeah, so it's going to be like an old ale, I'm thinking, or it's going to be just something like a Belgian Tripel or something like that, you know. It has been opened. Right, so here we go. I just want to leave a little bit of room at the top so I can get a bit of an aroma on it. But saying that, I can smell this from here. Incredible smell already. I haven't even put my nose in there. There's about a 2-finger head on it. The carbonation on it is just crazy, as you can see through there. The colour is a very sort of dark amber colour, sort of very orangey, sort of yellowy tinge to it. But there's no haze to that at all. It's a very clear beer, as you can see, and there's a lot of carbonation in that. Time to dive in and have a little bit of a smell. Oh, unbelievable smell on that. Wow. I don't even know where to begin on that. The very first thing I can smell off that is that very sort of You can smell the barrels off them straight away. It's like a combination of, it's like a brandy sort of smell with wine, and then it's like that, yeah, so it's kind of like a very sweet smell, which I'm guessing, you know, it's going to be kind of off the barrel aging process anyway. You know, you've got the very, very thick, deep malts in there. It's got that orange peel smell to it. It's got like a buttery sort of creamy smell to it. I know it sounds like a really strange thing to say about a beer, but it does emphasise on the luxuriousness of this beer. It's very fruity as well. I can smell like those sort of winter berries. Incredibly sweet, incredibly complex. There's a lot of flavours in there. Yeah, I've been really waiting for this, so time to dive in anyway. So cheers everybody. Oh Lord, that's very sweet. That's very sickly. It's a bit too sweet for me, but yeah, there's a lot of caramelly sugars in that, and it is like tasting Lyle's golden syrup that's been barrel aged with like hints of vanilla. Yeah, as I said, with the barrel aging as well, you know, that's put such a big sort of complex layer on top of it again. That's a very, very chewy beer. Lots of caramel, toffee, rich vanilla flavour on there. It's got a very big alcohol hit then at the back of the throat. Definitely when you do drink that, as it slides down, you got that alcohol burn that comes down, which I think is emphasised because it's been in wine barrels and bourbon casks as well. So the flavours, you know, that sort of slightly smoky, oaky flavour from the barrels as well has gone back into the beer. This is definitely a dessert beer. This is for like at the end of the day. This is your sort of nightcap, if you want to look at it like that. Yeah, you know, I don't dislike the flavours of it, but for me it is a little bit too sweet. And the thing is, when I do swirl this as well, it really does sort of sticks to the inside of the glass then as well, like that. It'd be nice if it was rounded off maybe with a little bit more bitterness towards the end. For the complexity of the flavours and everything in there, it's very nice. I do like the all-round main flavours that do punch through that, because you also got a lot of spices and everything else in there. As I said, it's the barrel aging process of, and you've got that oaky sort of taste, the aromas, the punch from that, and it goes back into the beer again. Only pet peeve, it is a little bit on the sweet side, as I couldn't drink more than that really. I highly rate Struise. If you ever are in West Flanders, around the Oostvleteren area, I highly recommend going to Struise and sample some of their wares. They do range in loads of different beers as well, so it's not just like these barrel aged beers. They do some sours, they do some IPAs, but their brewery is only actually open on Saturdays, and I think it's between 2 in the afternoon and 6 in the evening, and that's the only time in the day and in the week that they're actually open. So it's Saturday 2 till 6. I've been there for a couple of hours last summer. I could have sat in that place all day. Yeah, so highly recommend. So the score I'm going to give for this beer, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I wouldn't push it to a 4.25 because just for me it's a little bit too sweet. For a barrel aged beer though, the flavours are all there. The flavours are really, really good. They all come together really well. It's just a little bit on the sweet side for me. As I said, couldn't drink too much of it because it is too rich and sweet, but very nice nonetheless. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to more beer videos, and I'll see you very soon. Iechyd.